Hello, divas, diamonds, and dolls. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Femininity with Momma Gail. Today, let's talk about the things that every feminine woman has to deal with. Today, I'm gonna do about 5 or 6 videos on this topic. But today, we're gonna talk about the ego. Is that ego? It's a trip. The ego will control you and check you if you don't control and check her. The ego will make a fool out of you. And don't get me wrong, there are some good points about the ego, and we will talk about them for the introverts who does not know how to communicate or who does not feel comfortable in certain situations. We're going to show her how to flip and to switch and turn that ego on and turn into everything that she imagined within herself being. Because after all, the ego is a part of our personality. It is the ego that speaks to us. It is the ego that drives us in a sense. And this is the reason why we have to get a hold of Sister Girl and tell Sister Girl, you are not going to control me. I'm going to control you. In me, with my ego issue, I had to actually give my ego a name. I call her Storm because I am Gail. Gail is soft and sweet and radiant and feminine and beautiful and just always in positive flow of energy. But when storm arises, the hail comes down in big balls of hail, thunder, and lightning, and rain, and everything all in one. Storm is crazy. So, Momma Gail has to check Storm, tell Storm what's going to be done and what's not going to be done. And no matter how much Storm pouts, Momma Gail has to check herself and say, Gail, think about this. Is this you or is this Storm getting ready to go and act and do this thing? So with Momma Gail being who she is, the feminine woman that she is, she knows that femininity is her lifestyle. This is who she is and who she has become. And she's received a peace and a sweetness in her softness and calmness and radiance and the beauty from within. Now, we don't want to contradict that by allowing Storm to rise up and bring all kinds of hell out of the sky. So let Momma Gail give you a little story of how I came to this conclusion. Knowing that the ego is a part of our personality, Momma Gail got into a little situation where I stayed feminine, but my ego drove me to go and do what I did. There's a young lady who's not too fond of Momma Gail. How could that be? She's not fond of me. Like, really? I really just do not care. Period. Point blank. But in the same token, she was doing something that agitated me and aggravated me. And because I know that she does not like me, with her doing what it was that she was doing, my ego told me she's doing that to be spiteful. She's only doing that because it's you. She only does that when you're around. She knows that it's getting on your nerve. You need to go and confront her. You need to go and check her. You need to go and let her know that she does not like you and put her in her place. Because the ego says, does she not know who I am? She has to be put in her place. I don't like that. She's going to respect me and I'm going to confront her. So what does Momma Gail do? Her ego takes her over to this young lady and says to her, excuse me, why is it that every time I come around, you do X, Y, and Z. So the young lady with her attitude, straight masculine, she says to me, oh, I didn't know it was a problem. I didn't know that, I was getting on your nerve or annoying you. I wasn't doing it intentional, but I won't do it anymore when you're around. Fine. I walked away with an S on my chest. Superwoman, I checked her. I told her, this, that, and the other. She respects me. I confronted her and let her know. But I stayed a lady. So I was justified in allowing my ego to drive me to confront someone. So someone else who's a mutual friend, I won't call her a friend, but a mutual associate who knows her, says to me, she's been doing that for a long time. She always does that. It's a part of how she reacts when she's nervous. So she's been doing that for over a year. Now, she just met me a couple of months ago. So in doing what it was that she was doing, it was something that she had been doing, but my ego told me, because she don't like you, she's annoying you, she's trying to get under your skin, it's all about you. Go make her respect you. You are in a position where you could tell her what to do and make her do what you need her to do. Ego. Now, you're probably saying, Momma Gail. Yeah, Momma Gail. And this is the reason why Momma Gail had to give her ego a name. Because now, when things arise and I feel like I'm in my flesh or in my feelings about some things, I know how to check it now. Is this you, Gail? Or is this storm rising up? Because when storm rises up, it's going to be a problem. Now, mind you, I knew better than to go over and say anything back to her because of who I am. Personally, I don't care who does not like me, agree with me, who does not feel any type of way towards me. I do not care. Momma Gail is confident and secure. But the ego will make you insecure. It will make you challenge and bring up masculine energy and masculine feelings. Because now she doesn't like you, and you're going to go and make her respond to you in a way where she has to respect you. Is that feminine? Is that soft? Is that sweet? No, it's not. It's very masculine, and that's where I found myself in masculine energy. So I had to check Miss Ego. And I share this story with you because I'm quite sure you can relate in one way or another. Maybe not on the same scale, maybe not with the same story. But your ego, give that chick a name and examine yourself and ask yourself, is this me? Is this who I represent? Is this what I do? Or is this my emotions? Is this my feelings rising up? Is this my ego telling me that I need to go and respond and react to something that is irrelevant to you, has nothing to do with you? Because somebody not liking us has nothing to do with us. It has to do with that person, their feelings, and how they feel about themselves. Now, I'm not going to lie and tell you that Momma Gail I felt bad. I felt some type of way after the situation. No, I did not. But I knew that it was something that I had to check, get in order, and tell ego, you're not going to control me. I'm going to check you. I'm going to keep an eye on you. I'm going to examine me before I let you make a fool out of me. Now, we talked about ego in the negative. Let's talk about ego towards the introverts who have a problem speaking out loud, confronting, being social, things of that nature. The ego can work for your good, sweetness. And it can work for your get good because you have in your imagination, you see yourself being outspoken. You see yourself on stage and singing and talking and being social and things of that nature. But you're an introvert that does not allow you to do these things. You have to learn how to turn on the switch, turn on your ego, and flip out of introvert and into the social life. And you're probably saying, oh, Momma Gail, that's easier said than it is done. I already told you, young ladies, that Momma Gail is very fond of Nicki Minaj. And the reason why I am fond of her is because when you see her interview, she's talking the way that I'm talking. When you see her in performance, she turns into Minaj, the three of herself all wrapped in one. So you can put on stage presence, stage face, stage attitude, stage bring yourself to a place where you are in performance, you're acting out a part that's already within you and bringing it to light and bringing it to life. When you have to do a board meeting, when you have to do a presentation for your job, when you have to do a presentation at class, when you have to act out a part, if you're into acting and theater and movies and TV screens and things of that nature, whatever you do, you have to learn how to turn ego on. Bring out the best in you. And then you can go back to being the shy, quiet person who's not so easily to socialize with and things of that nature. And it's uncomfortable, but it has to be checked. Just like me being outspoken, being able to talk, being able to walk into a room and socialize with just about anyone, it's hard for me to look at and examine and say to myself, is this ego or is this Gail? When I have gone from 0 to 100, when I'm in my feelings about something, but it has to be done. And I say that to encourage you, introvert, that it's work that has to be done. It's not going to happen overnight. And hopefully you will come out of your shell and recognize and realize that it's in you to be the person that you already see yourself as when you work on and deal with your ego and put her in check. Give her a name. If her name is Nikki, give her Minaj. Give her another personality, a stage presence, an attitude presence. When it's time to get raunchy and ratchet, Nicki Minaj, but in a girly, soft, sweet way, in a feminine way, because we are feminine women. So you can bring out what's in you, and the ego has the power to do that on a balanced scale. Now, those of us who don't have social issues, name that ego. Check her. Tell her what she's not going to do and how you're not going to let her destroy who you are and everything that you have built. None of us are perfect. We are going to make mistakes, but it's what we do with those mistakes after we made them to become better. For the introvert, become better. Use your ego to your advantage. Just don't forget who you are. If you are going to be an introvert and you know you're going to continue to be introvert, learn how to flip the switch on, flip it back off. Flow in who it is you know that's in you. Excellence. Become the stage presence that you need to be. If only for that time. and go right back into your shell. Go right back into who you are. Right back into who you're comfortable being if that's your desire. But that ego has to be checked one way or another. This is Femininity with Momma Gail. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a blessed day, divas, diamonds, and dolls.